This is Kamara with Rooted Futures. Welcome back. So thank you for joining me on this channel. Thank you for following this channel. Maybe you want to even subscribe, click that little bell so you get notifications. I really appreciate your support of this channel. So I haven't done a pick a card in a while, and I think it's time to kind of dive into some additional content. So we're going to do a few different things here. We're going to do a bibliomancy using these three books, and we're going to also have these books represent the different groups. I've already picked some oracle cards. I haven't looked at any of them, so I kind of picked them without looking at them. And we're going to read a small passage from each one of these books, and let me show you the groups. We're going to dive right in. And the timestamps will be in the description. Please note, I do not do personal readings on any platform, YouTube, TikTok. So please be careful of scammers. There's people in there, they are really getting crafty, y'all. I almost got taken because, you know, one of my people that I was following was saying, oh, I'm working on this project and I would appreciate your support with my crowdfunding. And I was all thinking that's real. And oh my goodness, it was not. So you all, please just don't give any money that way. You know, if there's ways that you want a reading, there will be readers who will tell you how to get their reading. And a lot of times that has nothing to do with WhatsApp or sending people money. So, okay, let's get to the reading. So you have three choices, group 1, 2, and 3. Let me show you each book. So group 1 is going to be The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. I really love this book. It's a classic for me. I got all these classic books, actually. The next one is Indashaki Zhang for colored girls. And that's another classic. And then we have a poetry book by Ruby Kerr, The Sun and Her Flowers. So yeah, take a moment to reflect on what speaks to you. And then we'll have the timestamps in the description, and we're going to get started with group number 1 right away. Okay, thanks so much for joining me here. Peace. Oh, and the topic, you're probably like, what's the topic? What beautiful and exciting things are coming your way in this next season? And you could think of the next season as spring that's getting ready to come up, but just your next season, this next go round. We also have this is timeless, but I'm filming this around the new moon that will be happening in February of 2023. So if you want to know the time, you might want to do that. But just what are some beautiful, exciting things that are coming your way in your next season? So pick your group and I'll see you there. Thank you. Hello, group number 1. So you chose The Mastery of Love. If you have not read this book before, I highly recommend it. It says practical guide for the art of relationships, but it's just has a lot of Toltec wisdom. Don Miguel Ruiz is a Toltec teacher, wisdom elder. I don't know what exact title he goes by, but beautiful book. So let's get into the bibliomancy. Before we get into, I picked some oracle cards, and then we're going to clarify with a couple of tarot decks. But this reading is about what beautiful things are coming towards you in this next season. And that next season can be anything. It could be next week. It could be tomorrow. It could be next season as in spring. Whatever you're feeling is a good marker for yourself. But this is a timeless reading. So The Mastery of Love. Let's just ask Spirit, please guide group number 1 in clarity around what beautiful things are coming towards them in their next season. Help us find a passage from Don Miguel to read. Okay. I see it. Okay, group number 1, I'm just going to read you a small bit of it. He says here, the problem with humans is that they don't know that they have a magical kitchen in their heart. All of this suffering begins because long ago we closed our hearts and we no longer feel the love that there is. At some point in our life, we became afraid to love because we believe love isn't fair. Love hurts. We tried to be good enough for someone else, and we tried to be accepted by someone else, and we failed. We have already had 2 or 3 lovers and a few broken hearts. To love again is to risk too much. That's page 96 in this particular edition. So very interesting. Group number 1, we're already talking about love. So what beautiful things are coming towards you, group number 1? I'm kind of getting the feeling, Spirit is saying here, that there is some new wisdom that you are going to realize as a beautiful thing in the near future. Some new wisdom, some new insight that you have around relationships. Now, this could be love relationships or relationships in general, but there is a beautiful new understanding about love in your future. Now, let's look at your cards. These are oracle cards that I picked, and then we will clarify live with some tarot. So, healing, wow. Limitless. Temperance. Don Juan. Interesting. The Gathering. Don John. That's kind of interesting. I'll clarify soon. And these cards we're going to save until the end, and these cards will come after we do some kind of look at the rest of this reading. So definitely group number 1, an immense amount of healing is coming your way. Something really beautiful, something liberating around the idea of relationship and the idea of love. And know that love can be expressed in a number of ways, right? We have romantic love, we have friendship love, we have love of community, love of ideas, love of spirit, love of our ancestors. It goes on. But you are going to experience something really beautiful and healing when it comes to the idea of love. Do you see how, I don't know if you could see this, and I'm gonna put it up close here. There is a figure in meditation here, and there's something being illuminated, some insight here. And I feel like it's like the wings of a bird are here. It's gonna be so liberating. You're gonna feel free. This is what's coming up in terms of a feeling even that's coming up for you. It's gonna feel limitless. Spirit is saying, it's gonna unbound you. Maybe some of you have felt very confined by the idea of love. You've never really been too sure if you've really experienced it before. And maybe for many of us, including myself, we've only had a model from our family of what relationships even look like. And for many of us, including myself, we wonder if our parents, our guardians, or anyone that we witnessed in our family truly experience love themselves. Because maybe sometimes what we witnessed growing up didn't feel like love. And, you know, that's romantic, but maybe we even thought the way we were treated by our family or growing up didn't feel very emotionally available. That's for some of us. But in this new moment, you have the number 20 here, which just comes down to the number 2, right? And the number 2 is a number of union. And so here in this card, these 2 cards already are saying there's a certain kind of opening that's going to happen for you, group number 1. And you're going to realize, look at this, the Temperance card. You're going to realize, because Temperance card is about union, about pouring your cup into another cup, creating a symmetry, an alchemical connection. And I love this because it feels like water and fire in this particular rendition of Temperance in this deck. It's like water and fire come together. The 2 can feel like they can cancel each other out, but when you balance them perfectly, water and fire can create something new. That's how islands are created, according to my understanding. You know, a new island is created by fire and water coming together in an alchemical mix that creates new land mass. So you can even say, group number 1, that this new understanding is going to help you to create something new in your life, whether that's a new relationship or if you're currently in a relationship, it's going to help you understand love from a different perspective, maybe from an even more depthful perspective. And just looking at this characteristic, Don Juan, spotlights in the light attribute, it spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. And the shadow attribute would be using your power for romantic attraction for private agendas. But let's go to the light attribute, because we're looking at what beautiful, positive things are coming towards you. In this new understanding, I think you will connect with your sensuality. You'll be able to become more embodied because you're going to release a lot of the maybe restrictions that you've placed on love. And maybe even in a new understanding of what's the difference between sexuality and sensuality. Maybe for some of you, you're going to drop into the idea that sex is not just sex. There's a sensual connection that can take place. And so this new understanding is bringing that to the forefront. You have gathering here. I think that this is about how you love in community, how you love and show up in a loving way with those around you, whether that's in family, that's in community. But there's something here that speaks to how you're showing up besides with one other person, but in general, what is your signature for love? Now, I use this card as a potential challenge. Even though we're talking about what beautiful things are coming forward for you in your new season, this could be a card of possible challenge. It says here, Dajan, and it says you've become entombed in an extra-dimensional sphere. You remain imprisoned until you are found and released. You cannot draw again. So this is kind of a game card. So when they refer to drawing again, that means drawing another card. But here's the challenge. I will say this is the challenge that you're walking away from. And again, it's that you're walking away from being imprisoned by ideas of love that have never worked for you. Ideas of love that may have been passed on to you by family patterns, your own attachment style. And so you are leaving the prison. And when you leave the prison of those ideas, you are going to be able to find, again, this freedom, this balance. So let's get to your initial tarot cards. You have Mother of Air, which is Queen of Swords, Six of Cups, and Five of Wands. Group number one, regardless of gender, this Queen of Swords is the energy that you have been in, which is not a bad energy when it comes to love. It's really grounded. It's, you're able to see from a broader perspective when you're in Queen of Swords, Mother of Air energy. I'll put it closer just so that you could see. But that Mother of Air energy keeps you, it's going to keep you solid, because perhaps in the past you have engaged in what we've called limerence, meaning you've concocted the story of love before it shows any evidence of being that thing. You know, you've made up the story, you've had a crush, and now that crush is the love of your life, and that crush is going to be your future partner, and that crush is going to fulfill all of your dreams about love. You know, that kind of limerence. But in this new understanding, in this beautiful way in which you have a deeper understanding of love, you are going to understand that to get pleasure, Six of Cups here, that pleasure is going to be important to you, to be happy in a relationship, but also to be pleased. There was something about sensuality here too, the Don Juan. Maybe for some of you, the physical aspects of your relationship have been very dry, cut and dry. Maybe I want to say black and white, that you've never really dropped into the sensuality of even being physical with someone else. And in this new understanding, you're going to put your focus not only on being grounded and practical in your choices of expression of love, you also are going to drop into the sensuality of that. Maybe even your own, what is your love language? Because I think you are done with the stresses that come around having to be perfect in relationships, having to be physically available when you don't want to be physically available. You know, like there's something in there where maybe some of you grew up with the idea that, oh, I'm partnered now and I need to make myself available to my partner, even though there's things about our sex that I don't like, there's things about our sex that I wish would improve. There's this feeling of it causing strife to even bring it up, that maybe there's things that your partner does that isn't pleasing to you, so you endure. Or maybe, you know, your partner has a healthier, I don't want to use that word, healthier. Maybe your partner has a different appetite when it comes to sex, and maybe you like it one time a month and your partner wants it once a week or once every day, who knows? But I'm just saying, like, there's something in here where you're not willing to sacrifice your idea of pleasure anymore, just to fit these ideals in relationships. Let's ask a little bit more about this. Let's get some clarification. But this is beautiful, group number one, because you deserve to be embodied in your relationships. And I think that's the beautiful thing that's coming forward for you. Embodiment. Very interesting. We have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords under pleasure. We have the Moon under the Five of Wands. Again, when you reflect back, and you will do a lot of this as a way of moving your into your new understanding of love and relationships, I think you are going to leave behind maybe some religious thoughts about what love and relationships should look like. You may start to get more curious about your process in regards to spirituality and sexuality and sensuality. Maybe somewhere in there you need to make adjustments so that you can feel free around your expression in love. And when we look at the Ace of Swords under that pleasure, I think the Ace of Swords is just confirming that pleasure is going to be somewhat of a priority in your embodiment of the physical aspects of your relationship, the physical aspects of love. You want pleasure to be in the forefront of that, group number one. And the stresses that come around trying to communicate with your partner or partners, I don't know, depending on your sexuality and orientation, the stresses of trying to communicate what your desires are, that doesn't have to be in the dark for you. That doesn't have to be a mystery. But some of it in the beginning, you may be learning as you go with the moon here. But you see how there's this beautiful, with the full moon, there's something emotional here that's blooming, that's opening up for you, like this beautiful rose that you see in the picture. There's something blooming emotionally inside of you with this moon. And it's helping you to understand. You have these two, it's giving into a sense of like discovery. What is this sensuality? What is this sexuality? What is this love? What is this partnering? It's going to be a bit of a journey for you, group number one. And you may not know all the ins and outs of it in the beginning because you're just allowing yourself to open up to what is, what could be, what feels good. I really think that this is an opportunity for you, group number one, to break free. Look at that, the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. To break free of self-imprisonment around some ideas. To break free of past, Three of Cups here. Break free of past ideas around how a relationship could look. Maybe some of you will experiment with polyamory, or maybe some of you will decide that somewhere in there, there's space for intimacy in a lot of different situations. So you're opening up the idea of what this could look like for you, group number one. And I think that is something that's gonna, again, be liberating for you. It's really like you're gonna have a brand new discovery of yourself, group number one. Let's get one more card here. Yeah, the Hermit. You're gonna go within, and then you're gonna shine a light on what are those things that cause me anxiety and stress in relationships, and let me heal from that. Is that my anxiety or stress, or are those things that have been passed down from intergenerational wounds? Some of you may even go into therapy. Sometimes the Hermit card indicates there's sex therapists, there's sex surrogates. You know, that's my cat running around if you heard a weird noise. There's sex surrogates, people who assist you in becoming more embodied physically. It's a therapeutic kind of sexual treatment. Either way, depending on your issues, because this is a general reading, healing is involved here, group number 1, in a very deep level. And know that you don't have to live with sexual, I'm going to use this word, but I really don't like it, sexual dysfunction. It's not really dysfunction, but you don't have to live with sexual outcomes that don't feel good to you. They don't feel pleasurable to you. You can seek assistance in changing that for yourself. So Spirit was telling me to mention that in case someone is going through that right now. You know, maybe you don't experience sex as a pleasurable time, and there are ways in which you can get therapy for that. Now let's see, group number 1, what affirmations you have here. This is beautiful. It feels like a brand new awakening for you, group number 1. I am never alone. God's love is with me every step of the way. So for some of you, maybe your previous experiences in sex, maybe trauma could be a part of your experience. Maybe that's left you feeling alone, even in how you experienced your body. But know that Spirit is guiding you now to get more curious about your process, to get more curious about healing yourself, and know that that's a possibility. Regardless of your age, regardless of all the things that you think make people sexy, we're all sexy in all kinds of bodies, in all kinds of experiences, sexualities and orientations. We all have the right to be in pleasure in our bodies, whatever that looks like. And lastly, you're being guided here, the power of love. It says release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. That's right. Anything that has challenged you in getting to know who you are at the sensual, sexual, physical, loving level, you can release that over to the universe. Whatever you don't want to hold on to anymore, you can release that and experience life in embodiment, in love, in true love, whatever that looks like for you. It kind of went to the physical, sexual, sensual level, but also no, this is just at the emotional level too. So I'm very excited for you because this brand new energy, this beautiful new energy that's coming towards you, group number 1, has to do with your happiness. And I'm always a big cheerleader for that. So thank you for joining me in this reading. I hope that you received something helpful, useful in this reading. And if you have, if it resonates with you, please comment below. And if you haven't followed my channel, please follow my channel. And if you click that bell, you'll get alerts for when I upload new material. But in any case, thank you for joining me. Take care. Hello, group number 2. You chose 4 Color Girls. And this is a choreo poem by Ntozake Shange, who is a beautiful, beautiful Black poet, writer, author, maybe even an activist. This is a very vintage book of hers. And this was a play that was put on, but I think there's also been a couple of movies made on this book. So if you're interested or if you've seen them, let me know. But let's get into the bibliography. This is a reading about what beautiful things are coming your way in the new season. And remember, this new season can be anything. It could be a new season next week, tomorrow, next spring, whatever you decide. This is timeless, and know that it's working with your energy. So let's go to the bibliography. We're just going to choose a random page, and I'm going to read a short passage from it. Now know that this is a play, so we may come in on in the middle of a discussion. Okay, why don't I read here, and we'll see just how this all fits. Group number 2. I said and packed some very important things in a brown paper bag so I wouldn't have to come back. Then to Santon, I took the Haudimont streetcar to the river. Last stop, only 15 cents, 'cause there wasn't nobody to see Toussaint except me. And we walked all down through the North St. Louis, where the French settlers used to live, in tiny brick houses all huddled together, with barely missing windows and shingles uneven, with colored kids playing and women on low porches sipping beer. So in that particular scene, the main character is going to either see Toussaint or, and they're going to a neighborhood that has been left behind by its original occupants, and now is a kind of run-down neighborhood that's now occupied by Black people. And it kind of talks about that kind of white flight. I think that's where, people leave the neighborhood for a so-called better neighborhood, and then people move in, and the neighborhood just becomes more run down economically. But it speaks also to a trip, an important trip to see someone. And through that trip, this is where the main character is noticing things. Things are coming into her observation. And there's something interesting about packing her belongings in a paper bag, packing things in a paper bag. Paper bag kind of being an interesting thing to pack something in, right? Because it could tear. It's not very permanent like a suitcase or a bag. So it's just interesting, some of that, some of those descriptions. But to note here, even in the title, there's something that is saying for colored girls, for people who are often in the margins, who want something better for themselves, but they consider just wrapping it up. I don't know if I can use this word on YouTube, but, they consider other alternatives to life when their dreams aren't met. So let's put that here, because what we're talking about in this reading are what beautiful things are coming your way in your next season, group number 2. So it makes me wonder if you will actually connect with your rainbow, when you will realize your rainbow is enough. Your dreams are in focus. Your dreams are coming towards you and happening and being realized. Let's see. These are your oracle cards. The first one, divine animals. Very interesting. Gratitude. The phoenix. Angel. Paradox prime. Tiana as your challenge cards. And we're going to save these for the very end. These are affirmation cards, and we'll get to these really soon. These are the beginning of the tarot cards for this reading. Let's look at your oracle cards, group number 2. So you got divine animals. And when I look at this card, group number 2, there's a lion here, and then there's a heart bursting above it. Somewhere in this new realization of your dreams being enough for you, your dreams carrying you even beyond feelings of despair, there's something in this energy. Even though it says divine animals, I'm looking at this lion because the lion often symbolizes strength for me in the traditional tarot. It also is the sign of Leo. But here I'm thinking it feels like the sun. It feels like something is getting illuminated for you. This could be in Leo season. I'm not remembering exactly what month that is. Is it like November? Maybe it's before that. Whatever, Leo season could be relevant here. Full moon or a solar eclipse in Leo. Look it up. But there's something about this animal serving as a connection for you, or some other divine animal helping you through a process. And what we get here is gratitude. Oftentimes, when people are depressed, when people are finding it impossible to get out of the hole of depression, the gratitude practice is recommended. To sit down and write a list of all the things that you feel are actually going right in your life versus all the things that are going wrong. Because the mind can attach to things that are going wrong and just kind of get in there and dig on that. But when you sit down and you even have gratitude for waking up this morning, you have gratitude for taking a breath, for breath in your body, whatever it feels like, there's something about a gratitude practice and even getting in contact with a spirit animal, the energy of that animal. Because here it is. Maybe the phoenix is even speaking to that. Pardon my nails. I am just like needing to cut these a little bit. Because you have the phoenix here. So something, group number 2, you are getting ready to resurrect yourself. I see someone who's moving beyond cycles of depression and anxiety and getting into the fire, getting their energy back, receiving restoration from a certain process. The phoenix is about resurrecting after death. And death is just transformation at its deepest level. So I see someone, the beautiful things that are coming towards you, group number 2, are the idea that you can recreate your life. You can recreate who you are. You can restore and rejuvenate your life. And the characteristic that you're going to embody is that of the angel. It says, helping those in need with no expectation in return. I know personally when I've had to move out of depressive moments in my own life, it helped me to volunteer. It helped me to give back to others. It helped me to be in gratitude so that I could shift out of the narrative. Not that it wasn't true that bad things were happening in my life, but it helped me to shift out of the narrative that things can't get better. So there's something in the action of the angel here, group number 2, that's going to help you move beyond the mood of depression. There's some kind of practice here that's coming into focus that's going to allow you, look at this, paradox prime. It's almost if the paradox is that in order to move out of heavy emotional density, the paradox is to be in the light, be in those things that bring you joy. And I think that if you look at the character here, they're like standing in a field of pink flowers. And there's this rainbow and there's this bird. There's so much happening here. It feels light. It feels happier. And so in some ways, to move towards that happiness, we have to kind of put ourselves in those environments, in those actions, as a way of kind of breaking us out of a cycle. Now, here's some of the challenges that you may find, which is, I mean, there's a challenge here, right, of the moods. But this is a game card, and I use these cards as like, what is the challenge in this beautiful thing that's coming towards you? Because you are blooming. You are getting ready to bloom out of this mood, into a mood that feels happier, into a mood that feels like yourself, embodied. But Tatiana, it says here, a Fae Queen offers a trade. If you sacrifice something extraordinarily precious to you, you may look at the top 3 cards of this deck and choose a card to draw. So it's talking about the game. But let's go to Tatiana, the Fae Queen, is offering for you to trade, to make a sacrifice of something that you once thought was precious to you in order to receive entry into a portal, into a gateway of something new. So here's what I say. The challenge is to take up an action that's going to allow you to move into new energy and move out of old energy. But you have to sacrifice maybe the label of anxiety, the label of depression, and move and get ready to redefine yourself outside of those labels, outside of those moods. It may be easier said than done. I know as a therapist, some people have to take medication to kind of move out of really heavy depressive modes. But this is saying, sometimes we lock ourselves into one kind of experience, and Tatiana, this is giving you the opportunity through some part of your imagination, something that feels magical, to move out of the density into something new, into happiness, maybe into a new mood, new experiences. It doesn't have to be happiness, but moving into new areas of your life and giving those areas your attention, resurrecting parts of your life so that you can focus on new ways of being in your world. Let's look at the tarot cards that come up. Mother of Earth, Spirit Guide, Daughter of Air. So this is Queen of Pentacles, the Spirit Guide, and I think this is the Page of Swords. But if we look here, group number 3, the beauty of what's coming towards you is that you're going to feel grounded. You're going to start to feel so grounded that you're going to feel like you're able to engage with your life again. If some of you have children, it feels like you're going to get closer to them, more emotionally available to them. If this is talking about your own mother, maybe this mother will become a resource for you to help you feel grounded. Maybe this is the Mother Earth, the mother spirit that is going to help you become more grounded. A practice of the divine feminine in an earth energy may assist you in breaking through, because your spirit guides are also showing up here too. This could be ancestors as well. Developing an ancestral practice, calling in your spirit guides and your ancestors who sit at the feet of God to help you move through this density, to assist you emotionally, to assist you in understanding who you are, to put even some logic behind it, to give you messages of what could be liberating for you, what can help you feel freedom, what can help you move through the air and begin to understand there's movement in your life that can happen, that can bring you to another state of awareness. This could also indicate meditation practices, yoga practices, dancing, singing. Those are the balms, the healing balms. When was the last time? When was the last time you sang a song? When was the last time you danced and had joy in that dance? When was the last time you shared your story? When was the last time you were able to sit in silence and be comfortable with that silence? These are all the healing tools of helping yourself move beyond depression, move beyond anxiety. But you need the tools. You need to find out what your tools are. You need to find out what your resources are. Let's clarify with the tarot. This is beautiful because what's coming towards you is a new understanding, group number 3, that your life is meant to be more than just your moods. You're going to restore yourself. 5 of Wands in reverse. King of Swords upright. Let me move these up a little bit. And one more card here. 7 of Pentacles. There's a way here where this 5 of Wands is saying you're going to allow yourself to take some action. And in taking that action, it could be, I'm just going to attend a yoga class this week. I'm just going to do one class and see how I feel. Or I'm going to drink more water this week. I'm just going to do that action and see how it feels. See if it shifts things for me. I'm going to journal this week. Let me see if that shifts something for you. So you're going to be taking some kind of action to move you out of this density. And you're under the spirit guide, we have the King of Swords energy. That means that, and if you look at this particular King of Swords, they are disabled, yet they are very strong. There's an owl on their shoulder. There's a seagull on their shoulder. There's a lot of wisdom that's coming through. There's a lot of freedom, and you could see this person, even though they're disabled, they're wearing a I don't know what you would specifically call this, but they're wearing a kind of like an athletic limb that allows for them to run. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but it allows people to run in marathons, to, you know, like they're doing athletic things. And so there's something here where your spirit guides are saying, allow yourself to use and get to know different tools, and put those tools in your toolbox, group number 2, to help you move out of different moods. And as you do this, 7 of Pentacles here, you're going to start to understand that these
they build on themselves as options in your life. And you're going to start to feel like you have choices for how you feel, for how you manage your moods. There's choices here, and you can grow those choices. And for many of you, this is going to allow you to expand your experiences of the world. So powerful, group number 2. So powerful. And at the bottom of the deck, I was just about to, the bottom of the deck is Emperor energy. Regardless of the gender, this is stepping from maybe for some of you, is stepping from a king energy into an emperor, because you finally realize the strategy for yourself. Look at that. Realization is the next card from the bottom of the deck. And there's a way in which this 9 of Wands, it's in reverse. You don't need to fight yourself anymore. You don't need to strive. You don't need that strife anymore in your life. You're taking on a new perspective, group number 3. No more strife. Lots of choices when it comes to expressing emotionally, and allowing yourself to move out of any situation that keeps you locked in, like perfectionism or any kind of things that contribute to your anxiety. You now have the tools to move away from some of those emotions and transform them into others. And you're going to find that you're more open to different healing modalities. Once you kind of get into it, you'll be more open to trying new and different things. That's why that 4 of Cups is in reverse. You're not refusing anything. You're curious. You're going to give things a try. So let's go to your affirmation cards. Group number 2. Loyalty. You know, so much of it is about being loyal to yourself, understanding that you deserve your time, your research, your healing. But it says here, you reliably demonstrate your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. So this reliability, allowing yourself to shift, allowing yourself the idea and the curiosity to shift out of moods that have kept you a prisoner. And your love yourself card. I remove myself from all distractions and I feed my mind with positive thoughts daily. And you see there again, there's the journaling, the writing down of your emotions. Write it out. I even tell clients sometimes that recorder function on your phone, record your voice, date it, title it. I felt this way today. Start tracking your moods and start to see, as you open up yourself to different experiences, different ideas of who you can be, you're going to start to see and track that things are getting better for you emotionally. But you need to utilize your tools, your resources. So that's what I have for you, group number 2. It sounds like a beautiful healing journey is coming your way. If you're not already in the process. And it's giving you a journey. As we reference back to that part, you're in a journey. You've packed all of what you have in this temporary bag, paper bag, because in the end, you're going to see that all those things, they don't need to be permanently carried with you. They don't need to be a permanent part of your life, these emotions that are hard to deal with. You have the option to transform everything and become the phoenix that you deserve. That action in your life. You deserve to resurrect yourself, group number 2. So I hope that you found this helpful. Please comment below if you resonated with this reading. I really enjoyed just seeing your process here. It's a very powerful healing process. group number 2. You're so strong. So if you like the way I read, please subscribe to this channel. Click the bell if you want notifications when I upload new readings. But other than that, thanks so much. Take care. Hello, group number 3. Thank you for joining me in this pick a card reading. We're looking at what beautiful things are coming into your life in this new season. And that new season can be tomorrow, next week, spring, summer, whatever you choose, whenever you are looking at this reading. And we're going to start with a bibliomancy. So you chose the book, The Sun and Her Flowers by Ruby Kerr. And what I'm going to do is just turn to a random page and briefly read a passage. So let's see. Spirit said here. And I won't read all of this. I'm going to find a passage that seems to fit. Where was the person she had wed, she wondered, reaching for the golden locket. The one with the photo of the man her husband did not look like anymore. The new world had drained him. Very interesting. That's like the end of the poem. And let me see what the name of the poem was. I don't know if it had a name. Okay. But I can tell in this particular passage, she's talking about her partner having been transformed by this new world that they are in, maybe an immigrant experience, and wondering how that change is going to impact her, this reunion, this person that she had really thought of as this picture in her locket. It's kind of like a brief summary of what I'm getting here. Group number 3. And you chose the sun and her flowers. A beautiful thing that's coming towards you, perhaps in your new season, group number 3, is a new understanding of your partner. Maybe, but we'll see. Here are the oracle cards that I chose without looking at them, so I'm seeing them for the first time like you. Soul journey. Be fearless. Ma'at. God. Bypass. Idiot. And we will save these 2 affirmation cards for the end. So we'll put them over here. And these tarot cards we will introduce shortly after we go through the rest of the cards. So group number 3. There's this implication when we read the bibliomancy that there is some kind of journey to meet a partner that once held one identity for us, but we're wondering in this partner's journey, have they transformed? Are they the same person that passage said that she imagined them to be? Now, this is not a gendered thing. I'm just kind of referring to the book and the author. But there's something here for you, group number 3, a soul journey. And maybe take this as it resonates. Sometimes these readings are about a person who's aligned with you in your life, and often it's about you. I think, group number 3, that you're getting ready to embark on a journey of your soul. You're getting ready to realize a soul awakening, which often happens with a journey. And in some cases, this journey could be a plant medicine journey. This journey could be a meditation journey. This journey could just be travel where you get to know new parts of yourself. Maybe you're moving to a different area, because that book, even the passage even implies that there's a new world, which may talk about a journey. And there's something in taking this journey, group number 3, that requires for you to be fearless, requires for you to be with your fear in a particular way so that you can see what the journey's trying to offer you. If you look at this card, you see a being kind of facing the ocean being their emotions, but there's a lighthouse here with a beacon of light. And the moon is here too. There's the moon representing something that's unknown, something emotionally unknown. But there's a light here to guide you. And as you're being guided, there's something that you have to have the courage, you have to be brave to take this soul journey, group number 3. And so what's new and beautiful coming towards you is a journey. Some of you may be moving. Some of you may be taking a very important trip. Some of you may be going on a psychedelic journey. I don't know your situation, but I'm saying, Spirit is saying for some of you that may be coming up. And the deity that's kind of holding the energy of this journey is Ma'at. If you don't know who Ma'at is a ancient Egyptian, ancient Kemetic goddess, deity. And Ma'at has a very interesting process. She is the ruler, the goddess of the underworld. It is said that when you pass into the underworld, she takes your heart and she measures it. You see the scales here. She measures it against the lightness of a feather. And if your heart can balance with the lightness of a feather, you have lived a life that's in alignment with spirit and with your soul. Do you get that, group number 3? So this is really deep, that Ma'at is guiding your soul journey, because maybe somewhere in there you understand that your soul is calling for a brand new experience, group number 3. And in that brand new experience, you are going to grow at the soul level. You may even, remember the passage, you may even transform as a result of this journey. Now, there is some worry, maybe for those around you, maybe for those who are partnered with you. Is this going to change you fundamentally? It might, because I believe you're going to be in the energy of God. It says here, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within you and others. So this soul journey, for some of you, it could be even a religious pilgrimage. I don't want to put limits on it. I'm just giving you examples as Spirit provides them for me, group number 3. But know this, whatever this soul journey is, it's putting you in the realm of God. It's God-like change. You are going to connect not only with compassion for others, group number 3, the beautiful thing is you're going to connect with compassion for yourself in this new season. You are removing yourself from the idea of bypass. And I'm going to say here, spiritual bypass, which is something you've got to watch, especially for those of you who are going to participate in some kind of plant medicine ceremony or journey. It's so easy to move into the idea of spiritual bypass, like everything is love, we are one. And while you may feel that at a beautiful spiritual level, know that the world is still working through the energies that it needs to work through, and that we can't just spiritually bypass these experiences to say, oh, everybody just needs to be in love. There's a lot of work we need to do to heal ourselves, to heal the woundedness of the world, the oppression of the world. So you're being reminded there as you take this journey to not put it in a box and wrap it in pretty paper, but to understand what it's trying to offer you in terms of evolving and growing. Now, the card of challenge as you move into this beautiful period of your life, we have the game card, which is labeled Idiot. And it says here, permanently reduce your intelligence by, and it gives some kind of number, but permanently reduce your intelligence. Again, I think what Spirit is pointing out here, group number 3, is that to go in this with a beginner's mind. Take this journey, you may set some small intention, but leave everything open. See what Spirit has to offer you. If you're moving to a new place, don't say, my life has to be a duplicate of what I just came from. Be open. If you're getting ready to do some kind of ceremony, ritual, whatever you call it, leave the intention a little bit expanded, open. See what your soul has to offer you as the lesson, as the insight. So let's go to your tarot cards. You've got 3 of Earth, which is 3 of Pentacles, Transformation, and you've got Torment, which is in reverse. That fits group number 3, because this 3 of Pentacles, it's showing you here that in this new beautiful phase of your life, you're going to sense a deep connection, not only with yourself, but with others and with the earth at the rooted level, group number 3. And you see 3 is a prominent number here for you. So at the rooted level, it looks like little hearts coming together. So there's some deep connection you're going to experience on this journey. It's going to be transformative. And this kind of transformation, the owl often in some cultures represents death-like transformation. So it's a deep transformation you're getting ready to take on, which can be scary because many of us, we take our identities seriously. So when we encounter something that breaks us from our identity, it breaks us from a self-imposed prison. You see, this person is tied to a pole. Their hands are bound and there's torment, but it's in reverse. So you're coming out of this feeling. You're releasing yourself from a self-imposed prison, maybe a societal imposed prison. But this journey is helping you to grow and transform, group number 3. There's a new you, a new discovery awaiting you. Let's clarify with the tarot. This is powerful because I believe for some of you, if you are going to participate in some kind of ceremony, you are about to lift the lid off of something that maybe you felt, a part of yourself that you felt you were so wedded to this part of yourself. It's going to become malleable for you, group number 3. You have the Queen of Swords here. You have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. And you have the Magician. See, this is important, group number 3. Because it's saying, even though you're going to go through this process, which can be very ethereal, very cosmic, there's a part of you that needs to still remain in Queen of Swords energy, which is, regardless of gender, you are remaining grounded, practical in your application of what you experience in this journey. And in doing so, you, the Knight of Pentacles, when it's in reverse, it's saying that you can break free of maybe thinking that things had to be at a certain level. I'm getting from Spirit at a certain speed, because the Knight of Pentacles can sometimes move slowly. It's an opportunity, but it's slow. And this is like you're breaking out of maybe waiting. Some of you might have been waiting to take this journey. Maybe you're contemplating, is this the right time? Is this the right condition? Are these the right group of people to do this journey with? And you're moving beyond that because you're realizing here, you're gonna step more into a magician. You've manifested the perfect conditions to take this journey. It does not only have to be a medicine journey. It could be a ritual. It could be a pilgrimage. It could be anything, you all. Moving, traveling, whatever you're doing, you've manifested the perfect conditions in which your soul will be held on this journey. Because you're coming out of the idea that life has to be one way. You're open. You see how one eye is closed and one eye is open? In this 5 of Cups in reverse, you are releasing the ideas of life having to look only one way. You're seeing opportunity in 2 upright cups. Maybe this journey is about you realizing that there is more beyond what you see in the current moment in your life, and you're willing to see what that more is. You've got Queen of Cups in reverse at the bottom. You're not going to just be in your emotions, but you need to watch out that you're not, I guess Spirit is trying to warn you too with this. If it is a medicine journey or any kind of cosmic psychedelic journey, whether it's with medicine or not, whether you're meditating, whether you're in some kind of other spiritual process, again, make sure you're not bypassing by not looking at the total experience and how it fits with the practical areas of your life. King of Pentacles in reverse. Allow yourself to not look at things just from a material standpoint. Allow yourself to experience this soul journey on multiple levels, not just material, but emotional, spiritual, physical. Because in there, still at the bottom of the deck, is a 2 of Cups. Some of you, this may not be all of you because it didn't come out as a love reading, but this journey is going to make you emotionally, spiritually available in relationships. It's going to transform the way that you show up in your life for others. And this could be with an intimate partner or some other kind of relationship. It's going to really give you more insight to how you connect with others. So let's go to your affirmation cards. Yeah, we can't lie, right? Group number 3. Transformation is taking place with this whole journey. It says you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. This is great. It's talking about how whatever this soul journey is for you, group number 3, whatever this beautiful breakthrough you're getting ready to experience, you're cutting through all the illusions of your life, illusions around your identity, illusions about who you are. It's going to break through and shift you into a different area of awareness. You're going to be so aware of who you are at the mind, body, spirit level. And how you're going to love yourself. I am a receiver of wisdom, guidance, love, and strength for my journey. Oh my God, group number 3. If we do not confirm, look at that journey. So I'm so excited because look at that. It's like this is confirming you are getting ready to take a very important journey in this beautiful new season of your life. I'm so excited, group number 3. That's right. And you are transforming at the depthful level. You will not be the same again. Come back to this reading and let me know what happens, group number 3. If you resonate with this, please comment below. There was some like firework that went off just right when we said this. So Spirit is confirming this is what's happening for you, group number 3. But comment below if this resonates with you. Come back and let me know, like, did this transformation, I mean, you may spend a lot of time integrating this. You may even forget about this reading, but if you remember, put it below. And if you resonate with how I read, if you want to stay connected with me, please subscribe to this channel. Please give it a thumbs up for the reading. Please click that bell and you'll be notified when I upload different videos and readings. But thank you so much for joining me here. I'm very excited for what's happening for you in the future. Take care.